Sagittarius, welcome to Healing Hype Man, where I do messages for self and help you build a relationship with yourself so you can remember who you are. Ooh, excuse me. This is your monthly message. We're going to check out your current energy, your challenge in reverse, and what's in the near future. This can be triggersome, and my intention for triggering you is to identify something in you that might need some more awareness so that you can build the relationship with yourself. It's not intended to do any harm in any sort of way. This is not a therapy session, but if you are interested in therapy, you can find me on psychologytoday.com. Let's dive in. I talk about astrology, and if I am talking about astrology, it is for Sagittarius risings. Sagittarius suns can definitely resonate as well, but check out your sun and your rising sign. And if you want to know the deep parts of yourself, check out your moon sign. Okay. Your current energy is the Knight of Wands. Your challenge is the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. And what's in the near future is the Magician here. Right off the bat, you're very excited to go after something, but you're not necessarily committed to it. Bottom of the deck, why it's all happening. Interesting. You're anxious because you don't see opportunities there. So you're trying to go after something, but even though there's not that many opportunities, but it's also, there's a level of commitment here. There's a level of like, are you really dedicated to whatever it is that you want to do here? Perhaps changing your routine and writing this out could very well work for you, because for Sag risings, your third house is activated. Everything is happening in Aquarius this month. And so your third house is like communicating, writing, maybe even a little bit of like learning something here. Your routine, perhaps. Maybe that's where you can start with commitment. Like, commit to writing things down, commit to journaling, commit to a routine, because it seems like you have a lot, like you are just like, you're like a cannon that's like loose but has no direction. It doesn't necessarily know where it's going. And that's nothing wrong with that, especially with the Magician here. Like you're capable of a lot. I think there just needs to be maybe perhaps structure here. And I think you might find structure in small things first. Small things lead to the big things. Small wins lead to the little, small wins lead to the big ones, right? And perhaps you might really find value, and that's how I'm going to use astrology today, is like your third house is super activated. Do your routine differently for the next 12 to 22 days, right? Consider starting to write things down, like these things that you really want to go after, and one and two, you're concerned and nervous that there aren't opportunities out there. That is not necessarily true. Could be a cognitive distortion here. Catastrophizing opportunities, black and white thinking, nothing's ever good's going to happen to me, nothing ever does, oh my God, right? That's a cognitive distortion, right? Because it's not actually true. It's just, perhaps it's something that's just acquired in your life based on the experiences that you've had. Or you could just be a really different breed. And at the same time, like, I'm going to question your level of maturity here in reverse. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Like, it is going to be your responsibility here to commit to this. And perhaps you might have to learn a lot of new things. Perhaps you really might have to invest in a lot of new things and stay committed to something that you don't know the outcome. I do see you capable of achieving anything and anything that comes your way in the near future. Right? So if you have this level of like, I know I can do it, then why are you scared to go do something that you haven't done before? You really want to go after it with the Knight of Wands. You're really excited to go after it. You're really passionate about it. It's just lacking some sort of structure here. Maybe it even is your routine. Your routine is lacking structure. I can be very plain Jane here and say your routine and your writing skills or your creative outlets or the way you communicate, it might just not be as structured as you think. But tell me about this Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Tell me about this Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Tell me about this Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Four of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, the Fool. I had a feeling this was going to be like interesting. Like my mind went blank as those came out. Oh, maybe you're feeling blank. Maybe, well, this is energy of like, I got it in the bag, but I'm not doing anything about it. And I don't know where to go next. You could feel overwhelmed in whatever it is that you're like running at to, whatever it is you're really excited about this month. Like maybe you have a lot of ideas, a lot of things you want to say, put it on paper, right? Put it in your phone, make a voice note. Like there's a lot of things you want to say, but it's almost like you're holding back. And like what you have is like gold, you know, like, and it can really change your life. Maybe it's even risky at the same time, right? Third house is Aquarius, which is the risky, I call it risky, but it's unconventional. Like people don't really want to talk about it, but it's actually like the new thing. And if we're not looking at like modern things, then you're kind of outdated. And like you're on track. You're there. You're with the time. It's just how do you execute? How do you start the foundation? How do you make it happen? So let's ask that question. How do we turn this Ten of Pentacles in a right side up? How do we build the structure? How do we commit? How do we manifest this Ten of Pentacles? Ten of Wands, Four of Wands, the Hermit here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 7 of Wands. Between the 10 and the 4, there's a 7. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, 6. Yeah, I count on my fingers still. 10, 11, 12, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6 of Wands. So there's a victory here. How do we turn this? So you have to take a look at your achievements. Perhaps you're not convinced that your achievements were valid. Right? There's something about this internal achievement. Something about internal achievements here. That's going to be where I'm going to press here. Do you not feel like your achievements were worthy, or you were worthy of your achievements? Do you not feel your achievements were valid? Do you not feel that your achievements held any weight? Do you not feel like your achievements were even achievements? This is reminding me of like self-worth is a little bit on the lower end, or it's internalized. Notice how like I just like changed posture and my tone of voice. It's the seriousness to it. You're not hyping yourself up or glorifying the things that you've achieved, that you've accomplished, that you've held for so long, that you've done for so long. Maybe this is what you want to do. Like you've been doing it for a long time, right? 10 of Wands. And maybe it even became burdensome at some point in time, right? And I think that you might have to take the fact that you've been doing it for a long time, or that it's been a burden, and see this as an achievement. Like, wow, I was able to hold that for this long. Like, that's an achievement. Some people would have tapped out a long time ago. You know what I mean? Like, something about time here. There is some healing that needs to take place on your achievements and how you view them internally, right? I think once you release, perhaps maybe it's a limiting belief there, or you release that notion that like my achievements weren't nothing, or I haven't accomplished what I actually wanted, but in actuality you've been doing it for so long and you just didn't see it. You get to the magician where you're like, oh wow, I actually can do this. I have been doing this. I've always had the capability to do this thing that I really want to do, that I think that I don't see options, but in actuality it just needs a little bit of structure. Like it needs to go back to the ground. Like you've already achieved this thing, but like you're still thinking you're down here, when in actuality there's more to it, right? Tell me about this magician. Tell me about this magician. Tell me about this magician. 5 of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, 5 of Cups here. Well, the reason that you're a master, and you have been a master, and you will always be the master, and you have everything that you actually need, is because of opportunities, situations, people that didn't actually work out. So this is like where self-mastery actually comes into play. Like if you were to transmute the if you were to transmute the negative things that have happened to you and realize that you got through all of them and see that as a victory, I think your month can go flawlessly, right? And it's not that bad things always happen to me, or things don't always work out in my favor, or people always have something to say against me, or I'm always having to fight. It's the fact that you got through so much and so many times that has made you the master that you are now, right? It's made you the expert in which you are. It's made you the ability to start over and start again without doubting yourself, because you've been through so much, which is all about self-mastery here. When you get through things, then you start to integrate that and how you got it, right? You don't go through, you don't, what's the saying? You don't get through things, you go through them, right? Like you go through them and it brings you so much awareness, and that's the awareness that I really want people to harness on. Like if it wasn't for all the fuck ups and the dumb things that I did and the downfalls and the disappointments, like I wouldn't be the competent person on a camera talking to you about this. I wouldn't. I needed to be put down in order for me to push myself back up. So I want you to love that part of you. Love the shame that you have sat in. Love the disappointment. Love the wait. Love the time, the longevity, the sweat, the blood, the tears, the pain, the happiness, the excitement, and the joy. Most importantly, like both the shame and the joy. You need to love all those parts of you, and you'll start to see things kind of flourish in a different way. Once again, I would say put your ideas onto paper, because I almost feel like you have so many, you're just like, I don't know what to do with it. Like I'm sitting on gold and I don't know what to do with it. Third house, writing in a routine, start there. Go back to basics. I know you're the expert. I know you're the expert here, but perhaps just a little basic refresher for this month can really propel you for the rest of the year. From the Moonology deck, nothing will come of this situation. It's like there's a void space. It's like you're avoiding something, because it's void of course moon, right? You're avoiding something. And void of course moon, it's typically like nothing's taking place, and they always say like you shouldn't really do anything because there's no energy working in your favor at that moment. It's like maybe you're voided. Maybe you feel checked out, right? Look at the bigger picture. Very Sagittarius right there. Sagittarius full moon. And hold your vision, right? Like this here is just like, wait. Just wait. Just wait. Think a little bit bigger and don't diminish the vision that you have. It can be high, it can be mighty. Don't give up now. Ooh, that's the title. Because there's definitely some self-mastery and that is coming like right there. My name is Alvin Catalan. I'm present. I'm done speaking now.